Hello guys and girls. I know this is different from my other videos like shit posting. I'm just gonna do a quick video of how to make a config. Because I don't know, it's just like, for the past few days I've been like thinking about like what video should I make, so I'm just gonna try to make a video config. First of all thing that you need to make a config is Notepad++. Now you go to Notepad++, search it in the internet. Download it. Download the 32-bit. I don't care. Download it. And then after that, you put the zip file in here, extract it, and boom, you're ready to go. Now after that, you have to open your Notepad++. After you open it, you found like, okay, I already have a config, but if you want to make a new one, just make a new one right here. So it's empty blank. Now, in here, you can actually do anything you want. When I mean anything, any commands, as long it's not like game-breakingly. You can do a graphics command, like a matfong 0, or matfong, like, I don't know, mat bump map, as I remember, 0. It will turn off like some graphics commands that is like really unnecessary to turn on. It will actually increase your performance in a way. Now, after these commands are done, like you can put any commands like binds or anything. It's just that simple. You can put any commands. It's easy. But if you want to go another above, like sniper.cfg or like any separate config files for either class, that'll be another story. I'll explain that later. But right now, we're just going to make the basics autoexec.cfg. So right now, I'm just going to copy this from my autoexec, like bind this. This is like default thing. Like without this, you can't just move in the in-game, to be honest. So be very careful. Because if you actually try to make a bind commands, like a bind A or D like that, or anything saying like that, like binds, be careful because it's sometimes rebinded, and then after that, when you try to type the thing that you want to do, it actually got rebinded to something else. So be careful of binding commands. It's sometimes annoying to actually set it up all over again. So we got this ready. All right, we're good. So we're going to save this. We save this config file. We go to local disk. Program files x86. Just go whatever you want. Just go to, like, at least importantly, go to Steam apps, go to common, go to Team Fortress 2, TF, config files, and boom, you can put it right there. We have to actually rename this file to autoexec.cfg. Because or not, it will not name it as a config file. And also, we have to change save as type. This file, if we try to save it, it's got to be a text file. So that we only wanted to do, we're gonna scroll up, and you're gonna have to click all types. This will make it a .cfg file. Now you saved it. Now let's go to the CFG files. There we go. This is autoexec.cfg, and it is CFG file. Now in here you can do anything on. You can just launch the game easily. Nothing so much. No problem at all. But if you want to edit it again with Notepad, you can just right-click it, go to edit with Notepad, and boom, you're already again. You can edit it anything you want again. Now, remember to save the files, or not, it will actually not execute it properly. Okay. So we're gonna try to run it on tf2. And I'll be back in a sec. So we're back again at tf2 right now. I already reload tf2. So we're going to go to map item test. Or, okay, if your configs are not properly executed when in launch tf2, you have to do this on console. You have to go exec autoexec. Exec right here. And then after that, it will exec the whole commands that you put it in right there. If you want to enable console, you go to video, actually not the video, go to keyboard, go to advanced and enable developer console. And then you will see the bindings right over here. You apply that, and then you open console by pressing this one key. Now, if you have a custom HUD, there should be an option of console right here. You can open console right there, and that should be it. But I would rather recommend you to do this, enabling this instead. Right, so now we're in tf2. We executed the out exec, and now it looks like this. The graphics look like this. I'll give you the link of the full tutorial of how to actually modify the mat fong and mat bump map, like anything difference at all. So we're right here. We exec the out exec, so it should be good to go. Now, right here, you're good to go. Like, there's nothing to do right now. You already exec the out exec, but I'm gonna show you another advanced way of actually executing every class. So if you pick every class, you're actually gonna execute under a config. So I'm gonna teach you that instead. Okay, so right here we're in desktop again. We're gonna make our sniper.cfg like separate files. Now, you wanna start Notepad++ again. And after start Notepad++, we're gonna make a new file. We're gonna make a new one, and we're gonna put any commands that you want. Do not use graphics command, because every time you switch class, it will actually make your game lag, or worst of all, crash the game. Now, we're gonna put some minor changes like here, like bindings or anything, like, I don't know, you could put anything, like any commands, as long as it's not graphics command that will actually break your game. This zero HUD player class use player model is just to see your model in HUD. So I'm just gonna put it right here, simple as that. I'm gonna put it to 0, it's gonna disappear my player model. So now we're seeing right here, we could put anything like volume or anything. You're just gonna like put every class as anything. You could put sensitivity, everything like that. As long as you know what the commands are, you're good to go. But I'm just gonna save this like easily and name it. Okay, go to local disk again, as you know. I'll go back to the folder that you should be going. Okay. Put it on CFG and name it sniper.cfg. You can name it anything, spy, pyro, CFG, you can do that, except heavy. Heavy is named heavy weapons.cfg, as I remember. Weapons.cfg. Yeah. Heavy weapons.cfg, as I remember, is between heavy weapons.cfg or heavy weapons guy.cfg. So, but I'm just gonna put it sniper because that's the only thing I'm gonna use. Sniper.cfg. Remember, always change the file from text to actually config, and then after that you saved it, and boom, you're in the gold mine again. Now in here, you do not need to actually execute it, because every time you switch class, it will always execute it itself because it's sniper.cfg. So every time you pick sniper, it will actually turn off the whole process, like turn the whole player HUD model thing that you don't want to see. Or it could rebind it everything. You could bind it to anything or any commands that you want, as long as it's not graphics command, but it will crash your game. Alright, stop. Before we get into TF2 again with the config files that I made, I actually recommend you to actually get config on a website that is trustable and far more easier to install. It's just like you click, and then boom, you got the graphics and all the config that you want to set. There are, in the production of this video, there are 2 websites that I haven't mentioned. It is cfg.tf and masterconfig.com. This masterconfig are really used for high performance graphics. Basically disabling anything that you don't need for at least gameplay, wise. As long as you don't care about quality and only care about gameplay, master config is for you. cfg.tf is a far more optional. There's more binds, graphics options, and advanced options even better. Configs as well, and view models. CFG config.tf and master config is 2 websites that I recommend if you want to make your own config. I'll post the whole link of my Steam guide if you want to see more useful websites for TF2, if you are interested. And so let's continue on the video. We're back again at tf2. If I pick Scout, you see the player model on the left side right here? It's still on. Now, if we switch to Sniper, it will disable it. That's why it's because exec sniper.cfg. Every time you switch class, it will execute a CFG file, as long as you name it correctly. So, yeah, every time you switch class, it will exec another config every time, no matter what the class is. As long as it has commands on it, it will actually change the whole thing. So, but I mainly recommend you just modify the autoexec.cfg. If you want to modify the whole class, you can, but it will take a longer time, and some stuff can actually be rebinded. The first time I tried to make an all-class config, it was an absolute failure. I tried to make the engineer and the sniper got rebinded. So you better be careful, double check all your commands, and that's probably it. That's what I'm gonna ask. Now, I know this is a minor command, but you can actually name this echo. This echo command will tell you that the command, like the CFG that you executed, is working properly. So echo done executing config. You save that. You save this file, and then you go to tf2 again, exec autoexec, and boom, there should be a line right here. Done executing config. It will just, echo is just a minor command, but it will actually be a lifesaver, because you will see that if the config file is working properly or not. So I'm probably just gonna end this right here. If you need some more explanation, I'm just gonna explain it right in the comments. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my nerdy video on config files, and I'll see you later.